Good morning, how are you today? It is December the 17th on Thinking Thursday, and I am Karen, and I'm here with Get Moving. I hope you've had a nice few days. I hope you had a nice week so far. It's nearly the weekend. Just keep on going and we'll get there pretty soon. Fingers crossed you're going to have your little ball with you, because we're going to need this as part of the exercise of the week coming up in a few minutes time. So if you haven't got your exercise ball yet, go grab it now very, very quickly, come back and we'll make a start. Excuse me. So as always, don't forget, Get Moving is all about helping people with mobility issues to get some exercise. So if you have mobility issues, if you can't move as well as you hope, then Get Moving can help you. It will help you. It helps many other people in a situation similar as yours. So if you have a disability of some kind, if you have a chronic medical condition, if you have an injury post or pre-operation, something like that, exercise can help you, and Get Moving can help you exercise. So it is Thinking Thursday today. So we're going to get our brain involved, and I am going to pass the buck to you. You are going to do all the thinking today. I am going to do absolutely none. I mean, that's normal, I know, but I am definitely going to do no thinking today. It is all down to you. So first bit of thinking for you is, how long is the exercise going to last for? You tell me in the comments below. Give me a number between 20 and 30. And that is how many seconds I'm going to set my timer to. So get writing, get typing, any number between 20 and 30. The first person who sticks the number up on the comments below, that is what I'm going to set my timer to, and that's what we're going to do the exercise for today. Don't forget, we're going to do it twice though, because it is Thinking Thursday. And so the first round is going to be a benchmark. We're going to set up, figure out how good or how bad we are. And then round two, we're going to... Anna doesn't count. Goodness me. Second round is when we think our way through it. And we try and make sure our second round is a little bit better than before. 29. Okay, let me set my timer. 29 seconds. Okay, so round one, assess yourself, see how good or how bad your move is, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. Round two, make it a little bit better. There's various things we can try. I want to experiment with the moves today, try different things and see what happens. Experiment with your body. Okay, so today I'm going to encourage you to experiment with the speed of the move. On round two, try the move either a bit faster or a bit slower and see what happens. You are going to do the thinking. You're going to try at a different speed and you're going to figure out, is that better? Is it worse? Is it easier? Is it harder? Does it make the move better or make the move worse? What actually happens? I want you to experiment and you to think it out. Like I said, I'm going to do no thinking whatsoever now. It's nearly the weekend. My brain's shutting down. Your time to do the thinking. So that's what we're going to do. Is that okay? I hope so. 29 seconds per exercise. Okay, so like always, these exercises are suitable for pretty much everybody. Whether you are seated or whether you are standing, you can do these. Our first exercise is the marching on the spot. You know this one off by heart by now, so if you are seated, get your legs up and march on the spot like that. We'll do that for 29 seconds. Have a think and then we'll change the speed and see what happens. If we're standing, it is going to be marching on the spot like so. Small moves easier, big moves harder. So get yourselves ready. We're going to do 29 seconds. Round one, this is. In 3, 2, 1, off you go. Marching on the spot, standing or sitting, but get yourself going and see how you feel. So again, this first round is an assessment. How does the move feel? Is it easy? Is it hard? Difficult? Do your legs feel heavy? Do they feel light? How do you feel? Just assess yourself. What does it feel like doing this move? Is your balance okay? There we go. That's our first round. So think time now. How are you going to make this a little bit different? I'm going to encourage you, like I said, to try a different speed. You go either a bit faster or a bit slower and see what happens. See what difference it makes. For better, worse, whatever. Experiment time, okay? Thinking Thursday. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I'm going a bit faster, and I'm going to see what happens when I go a bit faster. You can try faster if you like, or you can try slower. But you're going to see how this round 2 compares to round 1 at the normal speed. You see how it goes. What effect does it have on you personally? Like I said, oh, there we go. Time. That's it. So that's our first exercise done. We're going to follow that same format throughout all the other exercises. First round, a benchmark. Second round, we're going to try a different speed and see what happens. So shoulder rolls next. Seated or standing. Shoulder rolls or arm rolls. Your choice which. Set a benchmark now in 3, 2, 1. Away we go. Shoulders for the easier version, or arms for the bigger, the harder version. Now, especially if you are seated, don't forget I have this thing about people who are seated. I want you to sit tall. That sounds weird. I don't actually have a thing about people who are seated. That's not true. But I encourage people who are seated to sit tall. That actually sounds better when I say it like that. Sit tall, shoulders back. That's our time. That's round 1. Assess how it all feels. We're going to change the speed on this one. I'm going to go a little bit slower and see what happens, see how it compares. You change your speed however you want. 3, 2, 1, same again. So I'm going to go a bit slower. I'm going to spend a bit more time with this back position there. Shoulder blades, I'm going to really spend some time pinching them together. Now straight away, actually, doing this slower now, I can feel a difference in me is that those muscles in my upper back are working a little bit harder, and they're getting tired much quicker. I wasn't expecting that, but that's what's happening with me. Maybe something similar has happened to you, I don't know. But that's our time. The reason for this Thinking Thursday is because we are all unique. We all have our own individual things we have to figure out. This is how we're going to do it. Our next exercise, knee bends. If you are seated, kicking one foot out and then the other, and then the other, and then the other, bending and straightening the knees. If we're standing, kicking the heels back towards the bums like so. 29 seconds again to assess how you feel in 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Bending the knees, or if you're seated, straightening the knees. Again, go at a steady pace. Listen to your body. See how it feels. See what happens when you do this. Which bits are feeling strong? Which bits are feeling weak? How does the balance feel? Just think how your body is actually working. That's our time. So round 2, we're going to change the speed. For this one, I'm going to go a smidge faster, and I'm going to see what happens. You go faster, you go slower, whatever, but see what happens to you, okay? 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I'm going to move my feet a bit quicker. Now straight away what I'm noticing is by kicking my feet quicker, I can get my heels higher. My heels are actually touching my butt every single time now. They weren't before. With a bit more speed, I'm doing a bigger move. You might be going faster, you might be going slower. You might find something similar or different. I have no idea. Like I said, I'm not thinking today. I'm switching my brain off. This is time for you to think it through. There's our time. You work out what works and what doesn't work for your body. Okay. Get your ball. Now, exercise of the week. This can be done seated or standing. Personally, I prefer it seated. If you're unsure what this exercise is, have a look back at last Tuesday. You should know it by now, though. We've got a wall or a partner over there, seated, and I'm going to twist and throw the ball sideways and catch. Okay? So, I hope you're all set up. Again, either a person or a wall over there, same thing. And you're going to pass the ball like a rugby player, pass it sideways and catch. 29 seconds worth in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Twisting and catching. Twisting and catching. I was doing this earlier this morning in a training session, but with a heavy medicine ball that I assure you uses your stomach muscles. So make sure the body twists and you catch. And you catch. There we go, that's our time. Okay, I'm going to turn around. I'm going to do the opposite direction. So you can do the same thing if you like. Turn around and pass it over there, or get your wall or your person over the other side of your body. I'm not sure exactly how you're going to move a wall to the other side of your body, but if you can do that, go for it. I mean, good trick if you can do it. Change the pace. I'm going to go a smidge faster because I like speed. Let's see what happens. You might go faster, you might go slower. See what happens. Think it through. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So I'm going to do a few more passes in that 30 seconds. And what I'm noticing straight away with this extra speed, I can feel my stomach muscles working a bit more. We need control at this speed. So maybe you prefer doing it faster, or maybe you prefer it slower. There we go, that's our time. But by experimenting like this, by thinking it through, we find out what works best for you personally. Like I said, my brain ain't working today. I have no idea how you're doing. This is where you can find out for yourself. Double tap time, next exercise. So people who are seated, sit tall, knee comes up twice, and then same other side, twice and twice, like so, okay? If we're standing, this will require some balance. So as always, if your balance is a bit iffy, stand close to a wall or a chair or something like that. But the knee comes up twice and the same other side. 29 seconds worth, steady pace. See how you're going. Think it through. 3, 2, 1, go. So assess how your body is moving. Try and think and feel what's going on. As our body weight shifts from side to side, what is your balance like? How high or how low do you need to do your target? What is happening? What are your strengths and weaknesses? Set a benchmark. Get to learn your body. Don't accept it, we learn it. That's our time. Okay, so now change the speed. Faster, slower, whatever. Me, I'm going to try slower because I have a feeling slower is going to be harder. But that's what I'm going to try and do. You might do whatever you want. In 3, 2, 1, off you go. So I'm slowing it down. And yep, straight away I can feel this is working my balance. A slow move like this, working my balance a lot more. It is also working a lot more of my hip flexor muscles at the top of my thigh here. I can feel that straight away. Within 1 or 2 reps I can feel that. Just by changing the speed. And I'm going to learn something about my body by doing this. I'm going to be using my brain. There we go, that's our time. And we don't just accept what we are. We learn about our body, we learn its strengths, we learn its weaknesses, we learn what it can do and how we can do things better. Anyway, next one, Bendianas. Seated or standing, one arm goes down, other arm comes up over the top. Make a nice big stretching sideways bending movement. Ready for round 1? In 3, 2, 1, off you go. So definitely one arm down if you can. Other arm comes up and over the top. Up and over the top. Make it as big a move as you can. But like I said, you assess your body. Think it through. See how everything feels. Is one side better or worse than the other? Use your brain. Feel things. Remember things. Assess things. That's our time. So, we're going to change the speed on this one now. So, I'm going to try faster. I have a feeling I'm going to look a little bit weird doing this faster, but I look weird anyway, so what the hell. Are you ready for round 2? You change the pace to whatever you want. Just try something different. Experiment, okay? 3, 2, 1, go. Side bend one way and the other. Okay, straight away I'm going a bit faster and I can feel I am having to work through the muscles in my belly a lot more. I'm having to control this part of the move here. I'm having to really put the brakes on. So this is physically tougher on my muscles by doing it at a faster pace. I'm also feeling a little bit dizzy because my head's going side to side. I didn't expect that bit. I'd forgotten about, there we go. That's our time. So I had a feeling that it was going to work the muscles more. I'd forgotten about the dizziness in my head. We learn something new every day. That's the beauty of Thinking Thursday. Every day is a school day. Okay, while my head recovers. Squats and sit stands. So if you are seated, time to stand up. Tuck your feet back, tilt your body forward, stand tall, bum in, chest out, sit back down again. Okay. If you're standing, squats. Same thing, but without the chair. Balance, control, feet apart, sit the bum back, down and up. 29 seconds. Again, assess how all the joints and how the muscles are feeling. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Squatting down and up. Again, go at a steady pace. See how it feels to you. As much of a move as you can. A big move is what we're after. A small move if we need. But do the biggest that you personally can do. And see how everything is feeling. What your balance is like, what your joints are like, what your muscles are like. That's our time. Okay, tactical waggle. We're doing the same thing for round 2. Again, we're going to change the pace. For this one, I'm going to try a bit slower because why not? You go faster, you can go slower, whatever, I don't mind. Experiment, see what happens, and we learn from it, okay? Round 2. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I'm going to slow things down and see how that affects me. Now I can feel this in my muscles a bit more. My breathing is totally under control though. So this isn't affecting my heart rate as much, but it is getting my muscles a bit more. So maybe you're feeling something similar, maybe not. I don't know. Like I said, my brain ain't working. I'm relying on your brain for that. That's our time. Tactical waggle. Okay. Ankles and tight ropes. If you are seated, time to move your ankles as much as possible. You're going to put your heel on the floor and then put your toes on the floor. So you're going to bend those ankles as much as possible. A big move, okay? What you do on one side, you obviously, without me having to tell you, you do on the other side as well. If we're standing, tight ropes, don't forget, lying on the floor. Feet wide is easier. Feet narrower is harder. Walking on that tightrope, we're going to go forward and back once, have a think, and then forwards and back a second time, okay? So, are you ready? With me, walking forwards. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Arms balancing nicely. Let them swing and sway. My feet are on that imaginary painted line on the floor, that tightrope on the floor. I'm keeping my balance all the way through. Now, we've done forwards, now the same thing going backwards. Toes, heels, toes, heels. Toes touching, heels touching. Steady, controlled. Let your arms swing and sway. Let them help you balance. Moving and wobbling is good. And there we go, run out of room. So change your pace. You can go faster, you can go slower. Personally, I'm going to go faster. Okay, I'm going to experiment what faster feels like. Okay, you might do the same, you might do it different. I have no idea. I'm stuck in my garage. I can't see you. Give it a go. See what happens. Round 2. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. So I'm going faster. For me personally, that makes balancing a million times easier. I'm going to go backwards, the same thing. Toes, heels, toes, heels. I'm going to go nice and quick again if I can. And that's me done. That's over and done and pretty quick. So for me personally, going quicker makes my balance easier. That does mean, though, it's not as good as balance exercise. It doesn't challenge my balance nearly as much. But it is interesting to know, if I go quicker, my balance is better. You might be the same, you might be different, who knows? This is what Thinking Thursday is all about. We're going to experiment. So now I'm going to quickly change my timer settings. 10 seconds worth, okay? Fast feet. Right, there's not a lot we can do with changing the speed there because fast feet is fast. But let's give it a go anyway, eh? We'll go fast and then we'll go, should we say really fast? Who knows? Fast feet. So if we're seated, running on the spot, like so, get your feet moving. Small but fast movements. If we're standing, running on the spot, small but fast movements. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, away we go. 10 seconds of running on the spot. Keep your feet moving. Boom, there we go. 10 seconds done. So, like I said, change the speed on round 2. We'll go even faster. How's that sound, eh? It sounds perfectly doable to me. Whatever pace you were doing just then, even faster. Are you ready? Final round of this one. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Really quick. Nice quick feet. Boom, there we go. Okay, interesting thing happened to me. What I noticed there, when I went really fast, I start to curve back and to the right. Don't know why. That happens to me though. Anyway, last exercise. Shadow boxing. Change us back to 29 seconds. There we go. Out of breath time. Nothing else. Don't worry about anything else except get out of breath. If you're seated, sit tall, fists up. Shadow boxing. Punching high, punching low. Hooks and ups. Just get out of breath. We're going to do 3 rounds. Each round, think, how can you get even more out of breath? That's all I want you to think about. For standing, arms up, shadow boxing, punching, high, low, drive the hips round, get the body behind the punch. Again, 3 rounds. Thing I want you to think about, how can you get even more out of breath? Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. 29 seconds. So, this is our benchmark round. Nicely out of breath. There we go. Just set a level. Get yourself huffing and puffing. You can change the direction that you're facing. You can move your feet around if you like. Time. Okay, that's round 1 done. We're going to see if we can get even more out of breath. I'm going to change the pace. I'm going to make this one, if I can, I'm going to punch faster. We're going to change the speed, see what happens. So I'm going to punch faster this time, okay? Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So quick arms. I'm going to work on speed of my punches. And straight away, I can feel that as I'm going faster, I am working harder through the arms, working harder through the belly muscles, and I am getting more out of breath. I can feel it straight away. There we go. Time. So for me personally, faster equals more out of breath. We'll see what happens if I go slower this time. I'm going to think it through. It's Thinking Thursday after all. I'm going to go slower this time. See how that compares. Okay, last round. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I'm going to go slower now and see how that compares. Now straight away I can feel this one, for me personally, is easier. By going slower, I can feel my breathing getting much more under control. So for me personally, faster equals more out of breath, slower equals easier. Time, that's it. Now you might find something similar, you might find something different. Like I say before, I have no idea, my brain ain't working today. I'm not thinking, I'm relying on you to do the thinking. We're all unique, we're all got our own personal strengths and weaknesses, we all live with our own limitations. Don't rely on somebody else to tell you what to do. Don't rely on me to tell you what to do. Be as independent and self-reliant as you personally can be. And one of the ways to do that is thinking about things. Give it a try, experiment, see what happens, see what the results are. My background's in science, I bloody love a good experiment. So I hope I'm going to teach you to experiment too. So that's Thinking Thursday. Anyway, thank you very much indeed. Don't forget, tomorrow is Fitness Friday. We're going to do everything we can to get out of breath. And for me personally, that means, it seems, going faster. There we go. Every day, as I say, is a school day. Don't forget, as always, we've got all the information you could possibly want on the website in the link in the description up there. reesefitness.co.uk/getmoving. We've got the share buttons down there. Please share away, let other people join in, let other people know what we do, let other people, join in the fun. We've got buttons and links and all that kind of stuff everywhere. You know what to do. It's the internet. Press buttons and share stuff away. But we'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Thank you very much, boys and girls. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.